Hi everyone, I'm here again to talk to you about a recent movie that I've seen in the theater. This week I want to talk about the movie Deadpool 2. And Deadpool 2 is from the Marvel Universe, of course, and it is written by Rhett Reese, Paul Wernick, and Ryan Reynolds. And what I want to talk about, again, is similar to the theme that I talked about with Avengers Infinity War. And I want to talk about bad guys, again. And when you get to a movie like Deadpool, the character Deadpool is sort of an anti-hero, which means that he's not typically a good guy, so to speak, because his motives are not always pure and he just doesn't always make the right decision, and he's okay with that. So when you have a character that's an anti-hero like Deadpool, which his alias name is Wade Wilson. And when you have a character like Wade, he doesn't always, like I said, make the right decisions. So when you are dealing with the bad guys in the Deadpool universe, you have some interesting choices that you can make. And what the screenwriters did this time, they did something similar. As I spoke about Thanos from Avengers Infinity War a couple weeks ago, he was a very sympathetic bad guy. And I want to talk about the bad guys in Deadpool 2 because they are called bad guys, but actually none of their motives really felt like they were that bad. So the bad guys you have in Deadpool 2, it's three of them. You have the character Russell Collins, who's like a 14-year-old kid, and he's a mutant. So his mutant power is that his fists, when he gets angry and charges up a lot of energy, his fists turn into fire. So he's called Fire Fist. And then you have another bad guy named Cable, which is interesting because Cable is also played by the actor who also plays Thanos in Avengers Infinity War, Josh Brolin. So you have Russell Collins, also known as Fire Fist. You have Cable, and then you have the other bad guy in the movie is Juggernaut. But like I said before, none of their motives are really that bad. They're kind of like sympathetic bad guys. Russell Collins, or Fire Fist, his mission is to kill the headmaster at the mutant orphanage that he's been staying at, where they are re-educating the mutants. And his goal in the script is to kill him because he's been torturing him and abusing him. Cable's mission in the film, his outer goal is to kill Fire Fist, because in the future, when or if Russell Collins accomplishes his mission of killing the headmaster, he gets a taste for killing. And if that happens, then in the future, he's going to kill Cable's family, his wife and daughter. And Juggernaut, who is typically a bad guy in the X-Men universe, basically his role in this film is as basically a loyal supporter of Russell Collins' Fire Fist character. He's, in prison, which they called the icebox in this movie. Fire Fist made friends with Juggernaut, and Juggernaut is basically just along for the ride to kind of mess stuff up and support Fire Fist in his mission to kill the headmaster. So that's interesting in the sense that the characters are bad guys, but they don't really have motives that are that terrible. If you consider within the first few minutes of the movie, Deadpool kills he avenges the death of his girlfriend Vanessa, and he kills the people who kills her. And he kills them within a few minutes. So there's not much difference between what Deadpool does in killing or avenging Vanessa's death and what Fire Fist wants to do and kill the headmaster that's been abusing him. So when you look at it that way, you kind of get dimensionality. You have characters that have motives that you can get behind, even if they're not completely right. But that makes characters interesting, right? Because they're not all good, not all bad. And I feel like when you're writing your screenplays and you're writing characters that are the antagonists or the bad guys, you really want to take the time to sit down and develop three-dimensional characters who have motives that are not always completely selfish motives. Or if they are selfish motives, give us a way to understand why they feel the way they do and why they want to go mess stuff up, right? Okay? So, when you are writing your screenplays, just think about that, not to just make the bad guy just totally bad. One of the rules of thumb that I work with when I'm doing character work is that even my characters that are not supposed to be good guys, which I don't like the term good guy, bad guy. I like to think of bad guys as characters who have beliefs and values that we just may not agree with, but they're not necessarily bad guys. And when you are creating your characters, you should, as the screenwriter, have some type of empathy for all your characters. And if you have that type of empathy for the characters that are considered to be bad guys, then you create characters that are more three-dimensional, and it gives the audience more work to do because they have to like mentally evaluate what they feel about all of the characters' motives. And in the movie Deadpool 2, when Vanessa gets killed, in a simple way to put it, Deadpool or Wade's mission in the film is to die because he wants to join her in the afterworld because that's how distraught and depressed and suicidal he is. But when he goes to join her in the afterworld at one point, she tells him, you know, Wade, your heart is not in the right place. It's not time for you to join me yet. Wade takes that to mean that he needs to take an interest in Russell Collins, who is the kid that he's teamed up with in a cellmate, his cellmate, when they get put into that mutant prison. And it's really funny to me that that's his the thing he has to work on in the film is to show some concern for another person, because the whole time I'm thinking, you know, your concern is not really genuine. You just want to show concern for this kid so you can get what you want, which is to join Vanessa in the afterworld. But it's not just about that, like joining her in the afterworld. It's also, it becomes a long ways journey to accomplish that. He finds a family. He's also looking for a family. That's his internal conflict. His internal conflict is to find family and to feel like he belongs somewhere. The outer goal is for him to rejoin Vanessa by dying and going to the afterworld. So that's all I'm going to say today. I like to keep these videos pretty short, a few minutes every week. We talked about bad guys in this video. We talked about making your bad guys and all of your characters, showing some empathy towards all of them so that you make them three-dimensional. And we have to do more work as the audience with evaluating what we feel and our values. So if you enjoyed this video, of course, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you are just starting out writing your screenplays, or you want some feedback, or you want some coaching, you can go through my program with me, and we'll start out with a discovery session. So send me an email at joy.cheriel.brown@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me on my website at www.thirdpersonomniscientproductions.com, and we can set up some time to do a discovery session together, and then we can see how we can take it further. So thank you for joining me again this week. I love doing these videos for you guys, and I'm hoping that these short videos are helping you when you are dealing with your different elements of screenwriting. So again, thank you. Have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye.